Man, Manny Fresh. So what I want y'all out there to do for me is say this, say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. So go DJ, cause that's my.
Hey, welcome into the studio. I'm here with Paul J. Kalansky, better known as PJ Butta, the morning man on 93.5 K-Day from 6 to 10 a.m. PJ, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for telling everyone my government name. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, nobody calls you Paul. I noticed that.
No.
When's the last time somebody called you Paul?
Only telemarketers that bug me during dinner time. But
what about your family? Or
Nah, no one does. You know what it was? It was like, my parents were divorced, so they divorced when I was 3, so I never knew my name was Paul because my mom would never call me that for obvious reasons. She probably hated my father. She did, actually. Not like she probably did. So it wasn't until, even when I was in kindergarten, they'd be like, Paul, and I just sat there. Because I didn't know that was my name. I had no idea my name was Paul.
Then everybody found out you like peanut butter, and the rest is history.
No, that's not true. But actually, I do love peanut butter, but that's not how I got the name.
Hey, you were at KKBT The Beat for a long time before you went to K-Day. I'm just curious, real quick, how did they call you? When did you get a call out of the blue? Did you contact them?
There was a posting in my college bulletin board for internships. So, when I was applying for an internship there, I sent in, the regular resume, and filled out application, and then they just called me. It's like, hey, why don't you come in for an interview to intern in a new promotions thing called Street Team. I was like, cool. So I went over there, interviewed, and they're like, okay, we'll call you in a few days if we want to bring you on. And they called me and brought me on in my internship. So that's how I kind of got started, which was cool, and I was excited. I was like, yeah, I'm
glad you brought up internship, because I wanted to sort of base this interview today around what you would do today if you were just getting started in the business again, as opposed to when you did get started into it. And I remember you teaching us about Nile, and I'm just curious, if you were starting over and you were doing it again today, would an internship be one of the first things that you'd go for, one of the first things you'd want to try to do?
Oh yeah, definitely, because that's for me and mostly everyone else that I know, that gets your foot in the door, it gets you in there, because it's not really about education or where you studied at,
experience,
and not even that either, but it's really who you know. So once you got that internship, you're meeting people and you're kind of expanding your network, and as long as you do well, it could lead to a job in what the career that you're going to school for. So yeah, definitely, there's nothing I would change the way I would do it. I did it the way that I would continue to do today, get an internship and start working.
Now let me flip the script a little bit, and let's just pretend in this day today you're going out to get a job in radio, but you have to support yourself, and you don't really have the time to, you have some time to devote to internship, but at the same time you need to support yourself. You need to pay a rent payment. Do you still try to find a job that'll pay you in radio, or are you going to go find a job packing boxes while you're doing internship?
That's tough, and sometimes I run the students who kind of are in that dilemma too. Even regarding school, it's like, do I pay? They have families, they're a little older. Do I pay? Do they get money, get a job to pay, or do I do something for free? I guess if it were me, I would probably want to, ideally would get a job in radio that would pay.
Yeah.
Probably because, it's something you do. You want to do something that you love. It's like, working, at, let's say, a job, doing fast food or something. Yeah, it pays the bills, but it's like, is that something you want to end up doing? Is that something you love? So I would definitely, and what I would always advise be, do something that you love, find a job in that pays. So that way you're doing, you're getting paid while you're pursuing something you love. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, find something fulfilling. I look at the radio landscape today. It's changed a lot from, say, 15 or 20 years ago. You look across the dial, you've got AM, FM, you've got internet radio, you've got satellite radio. What do you see as like the dominant force in radio now? Which direction would you head? Would you stay on the dial? Would you go to the satellite? Would you go to the interweb?
I think the dial will always be there.
Me too.
And it's also merging the things you just talked about. The internet, it's even merging with satellite. There are like I know Fox Sports Radio now is also on satellite also. So I think terrestrial radio will always be there. Would be the main thing that you'd want to do.
I'm here with PJ Butta. We're doing a little interview with him. I want to thank you for coming in. It's been great. I had a million questions to ask you. I wish this was longer. I saw your Go DJ videos. I thought those things were cool. I hope you put together some more of those. Did you edit those yourself?
Yeah, I edited, produced, and directed, and sometimes video camera myself too.
Your Facebook page, I think it's real well put together. I think it's funny. I like the way that you're managing yourself. Is that your only Facebook page, your Go DJ Facebook page, or do you have a...
I have a personal one, and then I have the business one also for both, but they're pretty much the same almost.
Business one looks real good. I wanted to ask you more questions about the business, but we got to get out of here. I think you're a great teacher. You put together one of the best programs I've been involved with. I like the way you teach, the way you have us take notes, yet you mix it up with cool assignments and stuff like that. It makes it for a class that I'm engaged in from beginning to end, and I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
All right.
This. Y'all stay with me. This is the come up.